Hey bays, it's been a while since I did a makeup tutorial and I feel like it's about time I drop one. So I recreated this beautiful look inspired by Zara Larson's MUA Sophia, and I honestly think it's the perfect beginner friendly glam. So before we get into this look, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of my videos. Now let's get glam, y'all. So today I'm getting my hair done and I always feel like I need a full glam because it helps me see the vision when it comes to my hairstyle. So first things first is skin prep, y'all. It is super important. I'm going in with Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin 1010 Barrier Booster, and this gives me the most hydrating skin plump ever. I've been using this for about a week now, and I can see a huge difference when it comes to my makeup. Since I am a little oily, I am also applying Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder Universal, and this has been my go-to for about over a year now. It definitely helps reduce the appearance of pores, creates an oil control barrier, and listen, I know for a fact when I put this on, my face ain't going nowhere. Time for the base. I actually started my foundation first when in reality I needed spot concealer first. So right now I'm going in with NARS Soft Matte Concealer and I'm applying this all over my hyperpigmentation in a stiffening motion. It doesn't have to be super blended because it is going under the foundation, and this concealer is pretty full coverage, so a little goes a long way. Now for my holy grail foundation is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. Now it's time for my holy grail foundation. It's a Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Powder. This one is tinted in different colors, and I save this for when I need to look flawless all day and all night. I know I have an arsenal of Danessa Myricks products, but makeup artists' own brands just get it. They truly understand the needs of MUA and the client. I stiffle and slightly drag this product all over my face. That way it glides and melts into the skin, and oh my god, I'm so obsessed because it just looks like my skin, but better. Now, personally, for me, I love to contour first. I feel like it helps frame my face and it kind of gives me the guideline for my blush and concealer placement. For cream contour and bronzer, I kind of use them as the same, to be honest. And I use the Made by Mitchell Curve Case in their deepest shade. So I use Blended Snatch first, and that's my first layer of the contour. I use a flat angle brush and I tap it in between the hollows of my cheeks and a little bit above, blending out the edges softly. I do this around my temples, forehead, my jawline, and I slowly build up the intensity in layers. Taking a little bit of Irrituation, which is the deepest shade in the palette, I'm applying it to the hollows of my cheek and only keeping it there. The color should remain in that area just to deepen the contour. Now it's time for some concealer, which is my favorite part. Yes, using another Danessa product. I promise I'll do a tutorial sharing some of my favorite recommendations from different price points. I got y'all, okay? This is the Yummy Skin Lift and Flex Concealer. At first I wasn't a big fan of this concealer until I learned how to use it. This concealer does dry a little bit faster than other concealers, so I usually like to work with one eye at a time. I apply it to the inner corner, bring it a little bit down the side of my nose, and then I take the concealer up towards the outer part of my eyes. I start blending it out with a slight fluffy dent, and I focus on blending out the edges, but not bringing the product out any further. I want to keep this product right where I placed it. Also, this isn't how I always do my concealer. It just depends on the vibe. After I do both eyes, I apply the concealer above my lips, the corner of my lips, my chin, my forehead to brighten up the area, add more dimension to my face, and also just a little bit more coverage. I also go back in with my foundation brush and just go over the concealer just to make sure everything is blended. Now, your girl has blush blindness and I do not care, okay? Blush me up. This has to be my fave blush for like a year now. It's ColourPop Blush in Sweet Treat, and it's a perfect pink with a little bit of shimmer. When it comes to my blush placement, it changes depending on the mood or style of makeup we're doing. So today we added the blush high up on my cheekbone and a little bit under the outer corner of my eyes. Using a stiffling motion, I blend the blush into my contour and my concealer. So you want to make sure you're tapping ever so lightly between the two shades. That way you get that ombre effect. This helps soften the line between the contour, blush, and concealer. Next, I take a little bit of white eyeshadow base and apply it to the very inner corner of my eyes. I'm going to need this brightness when I start my eyeshadow, so I keep tapping it into the base in the same area until it blends out. I then go back in with my brush that has all the concealer on it and lightly go over the white inner corner and the blush to soften the blend, melting all of the layers together, and also blending out any creases that I have under my eyes before I set it with the powder. I am so happy that Huda Beauty reformulated her pressed powder because this new one eats down. So I use a powder puff and I press a good amount of powder into it, and then I look up to pull the under eye taut to prevent any creasing, and I immediately start pressing that powder into the skin. I do this because I want to prevent creasing, so you got to make sure to really press that powder in. After After both eyes are set, I also set anywhere that I place the concealer. Make sure you're pressing the powder in, okay? Set that ish, all right? Now, time for the loose powder, and this is also the Huda Beauty baking powder. And I make sure to marinate that puff with powder, but I keep tapping it into the lid to evenly distribute the powder and shake off any excess powder. Then I press it under my eyes, and I keep pressing it until it completely blends out. I'm not a big fan of baking unless I'm doing a bold, colorful eyeshadow look, and I need the powder as a shadow guard. To set the rest of my face, I'm using one size airbrush powder and pressing it into my skin using a flat, dense brush. Anywhere there was foundation and contour is being set with the powder. Today for the bronzer, I'm using Charlotte Tilbury airbrush bronzer, and using a medium fluffy brush, I start blending it above the hollow of my cheekbones and into the blush. I start my bronzer slash contour from the hairline to the outer corner of my eyes. I do the same for my jawline because I need it to look snatched, okay? I got a little double chin, just a little bit. And I also use it around my hairline and my temple. And yes, I do treat my bronzer as a contour because I just feel like it still does the same thing. It still warms my face, but also adds a little bit of shadow. Even though when it comes to contour, you are supposed to use a more cooler tone color, but I just use a bronzer for everything. For nose contour, I have multiple ways on how I do it, but today we're doing it this way. Taking the bronzer in a small fluffy brush, I apply it to both sides of my nose, starting from the beginning of my brows and stopping before the tip bulb part of my nose. Then I'm going to brush the bronzer on the tip of my nose in a small round circle and blending it up into the two sides in the middle. I then go back in with the Huda Beauty pressed powder and press the powder on both sides of my nose to emphasize the contour and to blend out any harsh lines. For my blush, I'm using another new fave obsession of mine, and it's Huda Beauty's blush palette in baby pink. I just love anything baby pink. The pinkier, the better. I use a taper fluffy brush and I apply it to the upper parts of my cheek and under the outer corner of my eyes. I also love me a blushy nose, okay? So I apply it across the bridge of my nose, and this just does something for me. It's just, I don't know, it just really just brings the look together. I just can't explain it, but I love it. Also, even just slightly bring up the blush a little bit under my eyes, almost connecting the blush on my nose, but not really, just a little bit. I'm quickly filling in my brows with Benefit Cosmetics Goof Proof Pencil, and I like me a straight out brow. It gives me a more lifted look. So instead of using my normal concealer shade, I'm using a white eyeshadow base to clean up under my brows, but I'm only applying this from the mid part, so pretty much the arch, to the end of my brows in a very thin layer. I don't want too much white on my brow bone. I take a dense fluffy brush and I blend out the white base. After that, I use Peaches and Cream Coconut Pigment and I lightly apply it to my brow bone to add a bit more emphasis and brightness to the arch. I can't remember what palette I used for this part, but I got a light coolish tone tan colored shadow and I apply it using a powder puff. I focus the shadow on the lid in the inner corner because I need that brightness. I even bring that color a little bit under my eyes too. Using a small bullet brush, I apply the white coconut pigment from Peaches in the inner corner and I use small circular motions to make sure it blends out and there's no harsh lines. I also take this onto my brow bone again and just focus the pigment right under the brow bone just to give a little bit of more of a highlighted look. For the shadow on my eyes, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer again, and I place it onto my crease and on the outer corners of my eyes. I'm almost creating a soft cut crease by adding the bronzer above the lighter shade shadow that I used before, and I also focus a lot of the bronzer on the outer corner just to add a bit more depth to the eye. But ultimately, this is a very, very, very soft shadow look. Don't forget to blend it into the brow bone as well. For some razzle dazzle, I'm taking Made by Mitchell's Blush Lights in Drip Drip and adding it to the inner corner of my eyes and in the middle of my lower lash line. This is going to add a bit more sparkle for when I place the rhinestones. For the liner, I'll be using Glam Ultra Thin Liner, and I will make a more in-depth video on how I do liner, maybe a video showing different types of styles, but for now we're just doing this kind of style of liner. So when I create my liner, I like to open my eyes and look straight ahead to create the wing first, and then I fill it in and bring the liner into the inner corner, but gradually thinning out that liner as you get closer to the inner corner. Adding some mascara from Sephora on my top and bottom lashes because I'll be applying cluster lashes. I also use a little bit of white eyeshadow to highlight under my wing, just to add a lift to the outer corner of my eyes, and then I blend it out with the blush just to soften up that brightness. Okay, y'all, the best part, which is the bling. I'm using rhinestones I got from Amazon. I'm going to apply them using lash glue. The placement of these rhinestones is very, very important. First, you're going to place 3 in the inner corner of the eye. The bigger one is going to be in the very inner corner and then 2 smaller ones on either side. Then you're gonna place it under the brow bone, lining on the edge of the brows. You're gonna start with the bigger size in the middle of the arch and decreasing in size as the brow bone area is being filled in. This should be around 5 to 7 rhinestones. Also, you have to add one in the middle of your lower lash line and one right at the corner of the eye under the wing. No strip lashes this time. I'll be using cluster lashes that I got from TikTok shop and bottom lashes that I got from my local hair store. I will be making a video on this separately since it's something I've been obsessed with lately, and I just love how customizable they are. I also can't remember which highlight I used, but I used my middle finger to apply it. I highlight the tip of my nose, and then I also highlight the middle of my nose bridge. I then take my brush that has blush on it and lightly blend out any harsh lines on my nose. And as if I didn't have enough blush, we added some more blush. First setting spray is One Size Powder Melt Spray, and I love this. Like, the way it just gets rid of that powdery look, ugh, so worth it. Then I fan it dry. The next setting spray I use, which is the L'Oreal Infallible Setting Spray, and this is Holy Grail. Holy Grail. Oh my gosh, should I make a Holy Grail video? Maybe. So I spread this all over my face and I wait a few seconds and I go in with my foundation brush and I start pressing it into the skin. This helps reduce the shine that the spray leaves behind. Now for the lips, we're almost done. I'm using Morphe's lip liner in Trendsetter, and yes, I love to overline my lips, okay? Just around the cupid's bow. I don't know, I just love that rounded upper lip look. Very Kim Possible, okay? And then I fill in both sides with the liner. Then for the gloss, I'm using NYX Butter Gloss in Tiramisu, and all of NYX Butter Gloss eats down. All the shades, go tip. If I could only wear these butter glosses forever, I wouldn't even be mad at it. And this is the completed look, y'all. I absolutely love this look. I feel so beautiful. It's so beginner friendly. It's super easy. In my opinion, I feel like it is. You don't need that many products to create such a beautiful look. And shout out to Sophia for creating this look because the rhinestone placements of this look is genius. And I can't lie, it feels good doing some makeup tutorials again. It's giving 2016 YouTube, you know what I mean? But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in another video. Bye!